Judging you? If you can answer that question and truly understand it and know it, you'll take a great, big, huge step forward in your life and taking your power back. Because the reality is, you are. You're the only one judging you. I'm going to break the news to you. Santa Claus is not judging you. God is not judging you. Nothing's judging you but you. What is judgment? Well, let's start off by first saying the first thing you should know is that you're aware. You're aware that you have a body. You're aware that you have a mind. You're aware of whatever it is you're observing. The ego then takes whatever you're observing, and based on your past experience and conditioning, it attaches a value. It attaches an emotion to it. It labels it as good or bad. And that's why things that happen for one person are labeled as good. The same thing happens to another person, it's labeled as bad. Why? What is the ego attaching to it? A true person who is a master of awareness is one who's free, understands that the ego is attaching the emotion. And while the person who is a master, they observe the emotions because they understand that the emotions are signals to them about what they have attachment to, and the emotions that they have attached to situations, people, places, events, and that. And so once the master understands that, they're free. They don't have to hold on to that. You'll experience the emotion because you're human, but then you realize, oh, it's just something I've attached to it, and you can let it go. And when you can do that, whoa, there's a tremendous sense of freedom that fills you. But it's not easy to be the observer. Why? Because everywhere around us, people are judging. Very, 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 very few people are ever in the observer stage for any significant part of their life. And so you go through life and you're being conditioned. How are you being conditioned? Well, if you're not wearing the right clothes at the right situation, the right thing, you say, people are going to judge me. Here's what I'll tell you. I wear clothes that make me feel good. Why do they make me feel good? I'm not sure. I just feel good in them. I'm comfortable. I like being comfortable in my clothing. I like simple. I like elegant. Not necessarily gaudy, not necessarily really rich stuff. I like the simplicity of life. That's how I dress. I don't make it complex. Some people say, well, you should do this, you should do that. That's their judgment. You get it? When people are telling you should do things, remember, they're judging you. I won't tell you to do things. I'll make suggestions if I'm asked. I make suggestions on my podcast because that's what I do in my podcast. But you're free. You're absolutely free to choose whatever it is you want to place your focus. Do you want to observe your life? Do you want to be a judge? You're going to go in and out. So the quicker you can return to observer, the more inner peace you're going to have. I'll share that with you. And there's nothing greater than that sense of inner peace. Think about it. If you could take something that was really bothering you right this moment, really bothering you, and now step outside your body, step outside your mind, go above, let's say 1,000 feet into the air, and now observe your situation with no attachment. And you'll see the yin, the yang, and the other. You'll see infinite ways of looking at it. But from the observer standpoint, you won't be attached to labeling it as good or bad or indifferent. It will just be there in front of you. If you can be the observer, you can reclaim your power. But that takes practice. That's why there's very few masters out there. Very few people are willing to practice. And even when you do practice, That ego is powerful. It's going to bring you back into judgment. I know. It does it to me all the time. I come out, I go back in. I come out, I go back in. I come out, I go back in. You know what? I don't judge myself. I just observe. It's my ego doing what my ego does. And I have the power to bring it back. Here's the key. So do you. Be the observer today. Honor your ego, but don't let it be your boss. Don't let it be your Santa Claus or your God. You're the observer. You're the power. Enjoy your day. Make it a great one. Much love.